What's up, guys? Welcome to the Scuffed podcast. Today is your host, Mason, followed by
Trey.
and we are interviewing this man. This man is very positive. This man is one of the best men I know so far, and he just continues to keep thriving. His name is Muhammad,
Here.
and like I said, man's just positive. I love his energy. His energy's fun, and it's just great to have him here.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that,
So when we get started, Muhammad, I want to know why you so positive, man.
I'm so positive. To give you a one concrete answer would be kind of like meh, but I just I've seen a lot, so it really was a couple years ago that I took a turn. Decided that you know what, uh, negative people don't really go anywhere. Positive people tend to go far, and I just wanted to go far. So
I like that.
really started applying everything I was learning, and it just happened over time.
I like that.
What are your goals in life?
My goals, bro, there's a lot. uh,
What's your like long term goal? You know
a
what I mean?
long term goal has always been financial freedom. Um,
So you want to elaborate on that, like what you mean by financial freedom?
so my biggest dream has never been like a set amount of money. It's always been like I want free time. Like I want a limited amount of free time. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the bitches. I want to travel. I want to do all of that. So my goal always has been financial freedom, financial stability, but more financial freedom. My goal is in the next 5 years making about 400K a year annually, and in the next 2 years I want to be making 2 to 3 years I want to be making 200K. So end goal, top 2% of earners in America. Um, that's the way.
So what you said 200K
Yeah,
next 2 years?
in the next 2 to 3 years. Yeah.
So how are you planning to get there?
So I'm at a trade school at the moment. Currently doing a welding trade, and I'm using that as a vehicle. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I've never done that before. I mean, I came from the hood, so nobody was doing that. So I'm looking to make about 80, 90K out the gate, and after I get set up, you know what I mean, do what I got to do. Hopefully, don't get too distracted with all that money. It'll be
Yeah.
the most money I've seen in quite some time, or ever. I plan to get into multiple different businesses. I plan to have like 4 or 5 revenue streams in the next 2 or 3 years, or at least attempt to have them. And then eventually become a personal trainer, eventually become a life coach, eventually become a motivational speaker, write books. Um, and in turn, I'll eventually quit welding altogether and then focus on exactly what I want to do.
So you said 4 or 5 avenues of like money, kind of
Yes.
current.
Yes.
What are you planning for those? What are you trying to get for those?
Not to get too specific, because but I do
Yeah.
like to be held accountable. But until I quit welding, it'll be welding. It'll be e-commerce. It'll be books. It'll be some kind of personal training work or some kind of physical therapy work. So that's like 4 right there. And the fifth one will be trading. I think trading is a big thing right now. A lot of people are getting into stocks. A lot of people are getting into Bitcoin. I think it's going to take over in like the next 5, 10 years. I think if you get it now, you're smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just why I'm standalone. Yeah.
I respect it. At your trade school, what do you do to get by day?
It's all about routine. I'm young, dude. At the end of the day, a lot of people here on that campus are young, and it's one of those things where you hop out of high school and nobody's telling you what to do. So it's one of those things where I really have to learn how to build a routine, build a schedule. Once you get the routine down, dude, it's pretty solid. So routine's important. Excuse me, routine is important. Yeah.
So you guys don't know this, but this man, okay, wakes up at 5 in the morning. What is it? What time?
Yeah, I wake up 5:15 every morning.
And goes for a run.
Yeah.
5:15 in the morning. How's that? Why did you even start that?
I'm the type of person where I'll do. I got really into habit building when I was 19 and 20. I started reading books on how to build habits, and they say depending on the person, it takes 14 to 21 to even 50 days to build a habit. I'm one of those people like I just want it, so I just do it like that. So I started doing 30-day challenges for cold showers, running in the morning, waking up early, push-ups every morning, stuff like that, until I started to like build something. So I used to wake up 4:30. Used to wake up at 4.
Damn.
Just seeing where I could find my comfort zone. 4:15 ended up being the time. The moment I came to the trade school, I was like, I'm quitting everything cold turkey. So I quit marijuana. I quit watching porn. I quit. I started working out. I started go running. So yeah, I started stretching. I started meditating all at the same time. So I wake up at 5 because I'm like that works for me, and I can still get on with my day. So yeah, like
Yeah.
honestly, it wasn't easy at first. It really wasn't.
That kind of reminds me of Saitama from
Yeah.
One Punch. One Punch. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does.
How did that mentally affect you when you went cold turkey?
I was just gonna ask that actually. Great
It
question.
was. It was. I feel okay. I feel like for some people, especially at my age, dude, like it'd be hard to deal with because there was some I was pumping myself with so much dopamine with porn, with marijuana, like a lot of things that like you just waste time. So for me to like change that and replace the habit with something else was honestly like difficult. Like at first, it really was difficult, because we all know how porn is. And dude, I used to smoke weed a lot. I'm talking like 4 times a day. So for me to just be like, nope, we're not doing it, was tough. But yeah, you. I think if you want it enough, you'll make the change. Honestly,
I respect it.
yeah.
So how has that like stopping all this stuff? How has that affected you?
Okay,
Like let's start with the porn. Okay.
yeah,
How did that? What did you notice when you stopped?
dude. Oh man. Okay, so first, I think I'm gonna say like when you're watching pornography, again, like your mindset is in a totally different place. Like it really felt like I remember telling myself, "Oh, I don't need to talk to girls." I remember telling myself, like, I don't need a girlfriend. I remember telling myself, um, but still feeling insecure, like super insecure, like all the time. And it was interesting because I'm like, I'm a confident guy, but I feel like I can't get that out of me. Like I can't pull the confidence out of me. So moving forward and starting to do some research, like some honestly, the main reason I stopped, I wanted to stop, but some no fab stuff started popping up on my YouTube, like out
Yeah.
of nowhere, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. This one, this I can't remember this guy's name. He's on YouTube, but I can't remember this guy's name. But he was like started doing it, and he went like 200 something days without doing it. I was like, dude, this seems possible. And he was telling guys, go a week, go 30 days, say go as long as you can. So I was like, okay. I'm like, the moment I come to trade school, I'm gonna quit cold turkey, and that's exactly what happened. And everything that he said was gonna happen, pretty much happened, dude. The first week, like I felt like a juggernaut. Like I really felt like nobody could fuck with me. Like I'm not even kidding. Like my confidence went through the roof. I was like, damn. It was hard though. It really was hard. But to make it easier, I mean, me and my ex were together. We were fucking like every single day. So like that's a different story. So I was already kind of like weaning off from watching porn. But second week, oh dude, it was bad. But because of the flat line, I felt, yeah, again, like I said, like dude, like that second week was tough. Like I literally cried on the 14th day. I had roommates that had no idea what I was going through, and I was just like, my roommate's like sitting right there in his bed, and I'm like really just crying in this chair, and I'm just like, I hope he doesn't see this, but I think I just had to get it out. I think your
Yeah.
body just has to detox.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
you mentioned this about the self confidence. Do you feel like a juggernaut? What do you recommend to people that suffer with confidence, self body issues? How do you recommend people get out of that?
Self body, you mean like weight? Do you think like just like imperfections in general?
See, I was given advice because I suffer with body image issues,
Yeah, yeah,
and they were like, "Okay, how are you gonna love someone else for loving yourself?
absolutely.
And how are you gonna find that confidence in yourself when you get to a point in life where you see yourself as like this disgusting person?
Right.
How are you gonna have the confidence to talk to someone else? What do you recommend for people that suffer with these confidence issues and how to get through it? Since you're a positive person and you
Okay.
know all this.
That's awesome, dude. Find somebody that you really respect, who has the body image that you might want, who has the social confidence that you might want, who has like they seem okay with themselves,
Yeah.
right? And don't copy that, but try to pull like me. Michael B. Jordan was like my like the guy. No, real talk. Michael B. Jordan. After I saw Black Panther, I was like, dude, I want that body. I want that body, bro.
I mean,
And I told myself, I was watching Green Arrow one day, and I was like, dude, I want to train like a superhero. I really just started telling myself, I want to train like a superhero.
Yeah, I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that.
yo, speaking of Green Arrow, okay, there was a point in my life when I started watching that show. Okay, I started taking really cold showers,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that, like freezing cold
yeah, yeah,
because that's what he started doing. You know what I mean? I started like trying to do stuff. I was so into bows and arrows too.
yeah.
I was making my own. I was shooting anything I could. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it doesn't relate to what you guys are talking, but it like, sorry, I didn't mean to like go off.
No, it's all good. I digress. But I was the same way. I was trying to learn
Yeah,
archery. I was
yeah,
trying to learn martial arts, all because of Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Let me train like a superhero and see what happens. So what I tell people is that to be somebody you've never been, you gotta do things you've never done.
yeah,
So when it comes down to it, I want to be the big guy. I've always been skinny. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me start training like these big guys, and eventually I'll be that. Let me start talking to females like I want to talk. I really like. It comes down to it's like you got to fake it till you make it a little bit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like let's say you want to slim down, right? You got to start thinking like a slimmer guy. What do slimmer guys do? They don't eat as much.
yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? They're wearing tighter fit clothes. You know what I mean? They're not look in the mirror more. That's the one thing I noticed for a lot. Like when I was really insecure, I never looked in the mirror.
Yeah,
Never. And I started pinpointing like where do I fall short in my body? What about my body don't I like? But also what about your body do you really like? You know what I mean? And start looking at those things. Well, what about my body do I really enjoy? You know what I'm saying? It could be like, I don't know, I got a huge dick. You know what I mean? It could be that. You know, who knows? Like I got great legs. I got my feet
yeah,
aren't wet.
yeah.
Or I got cute ears. It's like start talking to yourself like that and it'll help a lot. So yeah, start changing the habits. Look for somebody you respect and start looking in the mirror more.
So,
Get honest with yourself.
so for a while there, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. You know?
Yeah.
I just always thought like, oh, you're basically like a terrible human being kind of thing. And so lately, working out, stuff
Mhm.
like that, trying to be more that positive person
Yeah.
that I've been trying to push to be. I can look at myself in the mirror now
Yeah.
and not absolutely hate myself, which is nice. I'm very glad that I can do that. I know some people can't, and I'm very fortunate that my brain has allowed me to now.
Right.
So it's nice to be able to. So I just wanted to,
No, no. One thing I want to say is that as men,
Yeah,
we tend to visual indicators push us. So let's say you're doing great at welding, you're doing great at
yeah,
carpentry.
carpentry or whatever it may be, right? If you're building something, you're slowly seeing the progress. Now take that same concept and build your body. As you're building your body and you're starting to see the changes, you start to get proud of yourself. Like, wow, I put in the work and I did that. And that's why it makes it easier to look in the mirror. That's how I felt for me.
So, positive. You're a positive guy. How do you? Have you got that point where it's like you go through a bad spot and you forget how to be positive and like you don't want to get to a point where you don't want to keep that routine. You don't want to wake up at 5:15 and do that run. You don't want to go to trade. You ever get those points and how are some tips to help people out there with those needs?
I can honestly tell you, dude, I hit that point every single day. I hit that point every single day. The moment I wake up, I hit that point every single day. And it's my body telling me that, you know what, we went hard yesterday. You know what, we pulled a full 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours nonstop.
Yeah,
But the thing is, I know what it's like to be skinny. I know what it's like to not know how to do this. I know what it's like to be insecure, and I don't want to be that again.
yeah,
So that pushes me to get to where I need to be. Every day I wake up at a bad spot, but then everything I've learned, everything I apply everything I've learned every single day, and that's what keeps me going. So I'm at the point now where it's like if I have a bad day, it's rare. It's so rare because the moment I recognize that my emotions are going in that direction, I'm like, I talk to myself. It sounds kind of weird, but I really do talk to myself. I'm like, why are we feeling like this? All right, what's causing it? Is it that serious? Am I going to think about this in the next 72 hours? No. I'm not going to think about it the next month? No. All right, get past it. You know what I'm saying? Feel it. That's the thing, too. I tell a lot of guys, feel it. You know what I mean? Whatever you're going through, feel it, acknowledge it, process it, and then spit it out as fast as you can. You know what I'm saying? We all feel emotions, but avoiding them is one thing, but dealing with them quickly is another.
yeah,
So yeah.
I get that. I get that. It's nice.
yeah. Have since you've been since coming back and you've been working out.
Yeah.
And during COVID, did you stop working out or did you still continue? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Since you've been since before you got here, and like when you got here, you wanted to work out, put the goals ahead of you. have you noticed a decrease in your mental, like a mental state, like in mental issues, like with depression, anxiety, and stuff like that? Have you noticed a decrease in that, like significant one?
Um, have I noticed a decrease in depression, anxiety because of working out?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Working out is made to make you feel good.
yeah,
You know what I mean? The thing is, it's like it's delayed gratification.
yeah,
So you don't see the results in the same day or 2 days later, but you know you're getting stronger. So it's hard to be depressed when you just lifted 300 pounds. It's hard to be, it's hard to be depressed when like you've been working out for 2 or 3 months and girls are starting to look at you. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's hard to be depressed or have anxiety when girls will literally come up to you, buy you things if they really like you, approach you, or people in general, they just gravitate to you.
yeah,
And I wish more guys like could experience what I've experienced because I've gone so long being the shy guy. I've gone so long. Honestly, the first 19 years of my life, like I've gone being this like this hermit guy. But after 20, I was like, dude, I don't want to be there anymore. But you got to put in the work.
So, you said you don't want to be it anymore. Did anything kind of like push you to do that, or is it just like you just woke up one day and realized, oh, I don't want to do that anymore?
It's a couple of things, but I can honestly say like my previous breakup really set me over. I was pretty much at my bowling point with like being pushed over, but yeah, my previous breakup, like for sure.
So, not disclose like an actual town where you're from, but where are you from?
So I'm from Jersey,
Oh,
born in New York, moved out at the hospital, moved out. I lived in Jersey City. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but
I do
I,
not.
I do. I do.
yeah, I grew up in Jersey City till I was about 6, then moved to Bergen County and lived there for like 13 years.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much a Jersey boy. I'm with it.
Nice,
Yeah, I
nice.
feel that. Uh, any experience like with traveling? Or you only in Jersey?
I have taken road trips by myself,
Yeah,
and honestly, I rarely recommend that. Getting out of your state. I was one of those kids who thought like Jersey was it. Like I always wanted to travel like to another country, but another state also is like a totally different experience from the
yeah,
inner city. Like I love the countryside
yeah. I feel that.
because I've seen the city like every single day, or like the suburbs. But yeah,
So you said you wanted to travel. Any specific places?
oh hell yeah, dude. Germany, definitely. South Korea, Japan, Egypt, Ghana. Just for the women though. That's all. The women
I
are
mean,
thick in Ghana. Um, Italy after COVID. Hopefully things die down.
Oh yeah, oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
so you mentioned your females start like buying you stuff like that.
yeah,
I think most guys, myself included, kind of deal with the women issue. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The self confidence, stuff like that.
yeah.
Not that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
How the the women? How did you get them to start gravitating towards you?
You know what?
Sorry, it's a
I'm
weird
gonna,
question.
no, I'm gonna get in trouble saying this, but all girls are the same. They just look different.
Yeah.
And
Okay, Juice World.
and and shout out Juice, RP. But
Okay, man.
once you start realizing that, like female nature taught me a lot. I started reading a lot of books about.
Yeah.
I read Robert Greene's Art of Seduction. I read what's it called? Something Man. The Way of the Powerful Man. I think. That book it talks a lot about female nature and how girls move. I thought I thought all girls were like really different,
Mhm.
like in that like how they behave personality wise, but
Yeah.
no, it's not true. Like they will all treat you the same. I really was the nice guy. I really was the nice guy. I was the yes man. Anything you wanted, I got it. Um, I didn't have no boundaries. I didn't have no. I followed girls around. I really was like a dog. It was bad. So yeah, once you start, and then I discovered like alpha advice, red pill advice, and it really is just a state of mind. I don't want to go too far, but I hope I answered your question.
Yeah,
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 no, yeah.
you definitely did.
So, for anyone out there listening,
Yeah,
hopefully,
yeah.
and you mentioned some books. You recommend any books for any youth to read about mental health, mental health, or anything you recommend? Just in general, that's a definite read that we should read to discover things in life. Like, because not everyone has the answers.
Absolutely, man. There are so many books, guys, that this generation that started like decades ago. This generation, especially, really needs to read. First one, No More Mr. Nice Guy, is a huge one. Um, it just teaches. It goes over why guys are the way they are. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is a good one. Magic of Thinking Big is a good one. I can't remember the author for that. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. If I had to name one more, just to keep it, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
Okay.
48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is what really started everything for me. It's honestly why I moved the way I moved.
I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, yeah.
You've always been a reader, or you just naturally gravitated towards like after high school? Some people are like that, or is like something in your life that happened where you just clicked, where you're like, oh, I want to start reading.
Yeah, no, I hated reading. Big time, big time.
I think most people can.
In high school, I think I read 3 novels,
Oh wow,
and
I'm in the same boat.
2 of them were assigned to me. But I slowly the okay. A little bit about me is that I've always been the type to not conform
Yeah,
to whatever was going on. I always told myself like I need to be different. So when I started realizing that people don't read, that pushed me to read. So I was like, why aren't people reading? So the book that changed my mind about reading was Fahrenheit 451. And pretty much it goes over what's going on now, but in a fictional setting. And it talks about how they erased all the books off the planet, and people aren't seeking education, and then we just got dumber, and we got so dumb to the point where we got extreme. I'm talking like people are driving without speed limits. You know what I mean? Doing ridiculous things,
yeah.
and the people who were reading had to hide it, or they would all their books and their houses would get burned down.
That's
Um,
that's crazy, but
yeah,
like that's a realistic environment I see happening.
yeah. But one thing about books that's taught me, books is literally the gateway to time travel.
I mean,
Yeah,
I used to read a lot of books actually when I was younger,
yeah,
but then as I started growing up, I started because it was kind of an escape,
yeah.
and I realized I can't escape kind of thing. So it was kind of always kind of maturing faster kind of thing, and I couldn't read anymore with enjoyment because it wasn't real for me. Yeah. So I so I not I don't really know how to explain that. I'm
One thing I want to say is that people find joy in reading things that they're interested in. In high school, they were handing me books I didn't care about.
yeah.
Yeah,
So when I started reading business and self help, which is huge right now,
yeah.
it changed everything. Because again, I was trying to improve myself. So wanting to improve myself and wanting had a drive to improve myself, self help helped a lot. I read self help all the time now.
So we mentioned sort of about men's health
Mhm.
and these idealistic views that were like men are supposed to have these certain way, like die for the country.
Yeah.
Like if you like go back to like 50s, they're like, well, men are supposed to be tough guys that die for the country,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
We're people too.
Yeah.
I just want to pick your mind on this. Uh, what what do you think as a society we can do where we take things like like mental, because mental health is still a prominent thing in society,
Yeah.
but it's real touchy. We all dabble, we all like just jump around and not want to talk about it. But it should be talked about. We should open up and talk about why we're depressed, why this stuff happens, how this stuff happens, and how we can fix it.
Right. I think one thing again, it comes down to it's been normalized by
Yeah,
society, and it comes all the way back from like World War II. At the end of the day, the solution for me is to create more open men's groups for conversation outside of AA, outside of stuff like that, groups like those, and just have groups and content on YouTube, content for men, to have spaces where we can actually have these discussions. There's plenty of female talk shows. There's plenty of female power, like empowerment movements. Down with the patriarchy, stuff like that. So, nothing against feminists, but like it's gotten to the point where it's become extreme. You know what I mean? So it's now it's the same thing with the Me Too movement. Like guys, like if they were to get unfortunately like, molested or something like that,
yeah,
like people tell them to suck it up.
Yeah.
But like that trauma follows men all the way through their lives, like all the way through their lives. Like my dad had an experience with that when he was 8 years old. You know, and it's one of those things where as men we need to come together and tell each other it's okay, but also women need to come together and tell us like be okay with us expressing ourselves. Now, I'm not telling you to just run around and cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, be a man at the end of the day. But with guys, find guys you trust, sit down with them. Hey, man, I'm going through this. Let's talk about it.
I feel like society, like I don't know if I should say this without it being like uncultural, kind of sensitive kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like society has put women at such a higher place than men, especially with attention. Social media definitely does that.
Yeah.
You see all these girls get likes, OnlyFans. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Porn, you know what I mean? That all that stuff.
Yeah.
Women, I hate to say it, but women kind of have it easier in society. If that, in my opinion, at least.
No.
I'm not sure if how you guys feel about that. I just think that if you have good looks as a woman, you kind of get put high.
Okay. What I want. Okay. It's interesting you said that. It's the thing about we got to start looking at as men as it differently.
Yeah.
Because women's prime years are between 14 and 25.
Mhm.
Right? Women don't need to create a value. Like they don't need to build resources like men do. They start off just pretty. You know what I mean?
They have value.
Right. They mature faster, and women's value is based on her attraction and the high level of man that she can get.
Yeah.
It's not based on how much money she has. It's not based on her education. It really just depends on how good she looks. Is she cooperative, supportive? What's her network? And again, what caliber of man can she get? Now, a man's resources or a man's value is based on the resources he's built,
Money.
and pretty much. So money for men is attention for women.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is. So that's why, like, how good she looks determines her value.
Yeah.
Guys, how much money you have determines your value.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's more than that, but on a broad scale, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I see it like that because, like how you mentioned, it's like if you look on social media, yeah, guys can get like 10 million likes
Right.
if they're like The Weeknd or like someone else like that. But like you see like minor people like girls all like you say where we live, girls all around us, they can get like thousands of like a guy posts on social media like something important, not just a selfie, they get like 10 likes.
Right.
It's a matter of perspective that yes, we should push for men's mental health. At the same time, as we shouldn't have these, we should also push for more equality because the thing of yes, we both suffer in different areas. People still have these anti-feminist views where like women can't get jobs or women can't work in these workplaces when we all can. It's
Right.
not like we're different. We all bleed the same blood. That's why it's different. That's why I hate when people like say like minority groups.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm white, black, Asian, anything. Doesn't matter. I bleed the same blood as you, anyone here. So why should I categorize as something else? We're all the same person.
Right. I think people, honestly, me personally, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I'm pretty open minded, but I think people are always looking for something to complain about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I think women, going on the women thing, I think women have more equality, more opportunities now, more than ever.
100%.
It's kind of crazy. Like everything that they wanted, they pretty much have got. You know what I mean? But now they're still pushing.
Yeah.
Now again, our generation is softer men and harder women, more masculine women, more feminine men.
Yeah.
And these masculine women are still trying to push for more. And I think they've had their turn. I think now it's time for men to start
pushing,
kind of pushing back, to kind of create that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a man, it's hard to kind of know your worth. At least for me, like I don't know my worth at all because I don't have money. I'm just gonna be straight up out there. I don't have money. You know what I mean? I can't post on social media and get hundreds and hundreds of likes because I'm an average looking guy. You know what I mean? I don't have that great of a body. Shit like that. So for these women to just basically do nothing and out of the gate just get all this attention, it's kind of upsetting to see.
It's a little discouraging, right?
Yeah.
But that's the game. That's the thing. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
It's always been the game. But a lot of guys, unfortunately, especially if you live in a single mom home, have been told treat her like a queen. No matter what she does, chase her.
Oh yeah,
no matter
100%.
what she does, treat her nice. Say yes. Cooperate.
I think that's the mindset that we need to start getting out of because make them chase you is what I've been trying to do. It's because they get all this attention. And honestly, guys out there, if you don't chase her, someone else will, and that's okay.
Yeah.
If she's not chasing you, she's not worth it. You know what I mean?
That is facts.
You make her chase you. You show her that you're good without her. You show her you don't need her, and she's gonna come chasing after you.
Exactly.
She's gonna want that because all these other guys in her DMs are chasing her.
Mm-hmm.
She can be like, "Why the hell are you not?"
Right.
And she's gonna want you
Right.
because it's backwards. It makes no sense, but it's how it works.
Right.
No, I get that. It's more of a thing like you can have someone all day, but you don't know how much you miss them until they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to this one person all day, but like as soon as they leave, you're like, shit, they're really gone. I don't have that outlet anymore. Same thing works with music. We mentioned Juice WRLD. Everyone listening to his music, be like, oh, new Juice WRLD album came out, and then now he's gone. Everyone's like,
Damn, we want more.
yeah. Well, then the post-mortem albums come out, and then like, well, this is just tarnishing legacy because this is ass compared to what before. This is just more mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a thing of like, as a society, we should like take that view. Like he said, we shouldn't chase these girls around because like in our generation, the girls like, okay, you're nice, but I want a douchebag. I want someone to treat me like shit.
You know.
And then
That's true.
no, yeah, and then
I've been told I'm way too nice.
No.
Multiple times.
They don't want to. Okay. Here's one thing, right? I don't. You don't want to. They don't really want that. Like, honestly, they don't. They really don't want that. They just want to. They want a little bit of attention, right? They want. They want to win you. They want to win you over. They don't want it to come so easily. That's the mix up. A lot of guys think that they over validate, right? You pretty much let her know that you want her from the jump. So it's one of those things, man, when you really gotta you can be you, right? But be more direct. Let her follow your program. You know what I mean? But you have to have a program. You know what I mean? You gotta give her something to be excited about. You gotta give her something to hang on to. Again, the bad boy wins because the bad boy is comfy in his own skin. It's not because he's a bad boy. It's because he just doesn't care.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He doesn't care about what's going on. He's still gonna go the direction he's gonna go. And girls like that sense of self-confidence. You know what I mean? That don't care self-confidence. So that's just what it is. But what I would tell guys ultimately is in your 20s, if you don't got money, don't focus on dating.
Facts.
Real talk. Just stay away from dating. I wish again, my dad wasn't really around when I was younger, but I wish I had somebody to tell me that. In my 20s, just go hard until your 30s. 30s is where men's prime is anyway.
Yeah.
Like, we age like wine. At 60 years old, you can still look like a great guy, and you can still put 20, 30-year-olds anyway. So focus on your 20s and build your wealth.
Yeah, I've heard so many like stories about people dating in like early 20s and like, yeah, I just got a stimulus check and to support my family, but like, 1,000 of it went to my girl, and like she spent that in a week, and then it's like, well, my kid needs to eat, and then the girl wants that attention and takes so much of that money. But that's not just because of girls. Guys do the same thing because as humans, we all focus on gimme, 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 gimme.
Right.
We need more focus on giving out, and that's why like I support the more ideals of like you have all this money, give out more instead of just like I have all this money, stop being stingy. That's not everyone though, because some people just like money is a powerful thing now. Because money, in essence, it can create happiness, but also can make you severely depressed.
Money is like alcohol. It'll amplify you.
Yeah.
Whoever you are as a person, it will amplify that.
Yeah.
If you like drugs, you like parties, you like strip clubs, you like, you know what I mean, doing whatever you do, that's where your money's gonna go.
Yeah.
If you like giving, if you like giving back to your community, if you like supporting people, that's where the money's gonna go.
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it like that. Money doesn't make you happy. It creates opportunities to make you happy.
So
That's what it is.
about money, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Materialistic things. What do you think?
I'm a minimalist,
Okay.
for the most part, to be honest with you.
Because lately I've been focusing on not what I have and not what I want, but more my work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I've been trying to focus on myself. I've been trying to focus on what I'm doing in my trade, stuff like that, my work. So for me, I'm trying to go that minimalist route because I know some people are, they care about their values, they like their materials. And so I just figured I would ask, how you felt about that.
Dude, gratitude is a big thing for me. If you read any self-help book, any get-rich book, they don't talk about money. They talk about people.
Yeah.
They talk about people, like giving back to people. That'll make you rich. Bringing value to millions of people, solving a problem for millions of people is what makes you rich.
Yeah.
It's not about your product. It's about how can this product solve a problem that'll help millions of people. Jeff Bezos creating Amazon. That solved a problem for billions and millions of people.
And he's
And that's
trillionaire?
He's just under
Billy?
Elon Musk. Elon Musk just
Yeah,
beat
just
him
surpassed him, right?
for 185 bill, but he's right under that, like I don't know 160 or something.
Okay.
But he probably Elon Musk is solving huge problems with multiple businesses.
Yeah.
So he's like in this society, it's so easy to get rich. But like
Nowadays,
the definition of rich can also determine like how you see it,
yeah.
because it gets so easy to just it's you have to have that, you have to be hungry, you have to have that passion. But the same thing is like it's a lot easier than it was like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Back then you could invent more, yeah, but nowadays you can just make a pop in SoundCloud song, you get millions of streams, and it starts a rap career,
Yeah.
and then you get a record deal. Okay, I just made my first million before I'm 20. You know, how people have done that. Like most people in our generation. Like it's discouraging to go on social media and you see like 16 when you're like 20 making $250,000 a day because you're just selling for merch. And it's just discouraging to see that because, like, wow, you're bettering yourself here, but you could do more. And that makes you think that people get to that point where they hate on people for that. But if you have the correct mindset, you're like, well, I can do better. I can do more. Why would I hate on them when I can do better than that? I can do more. I could be that guy someday, but it's gonna take a little longer. I have to get my shit together.
Yeah. One thing I'll say that too is that it might not be as easy to invent back in the day, but it's so easy to innovate now.
Yeah.
Again, we have more millionaires now than ever before. So it's one of those things where, yeah, dude, it's really easy to be a millionaire. Like, it really easy is. But people need to get out of the mindset of six figures. Because six figures really isn't a lot of money. After taxes, it's still like 72, 80K or whatever. So it really, how much you want to make to be at six figures is 120K, something like that, depending on the state.
Yeah.
But that's just my goal. I don't think everybody's gonna ever hit six figures.
No.
Do what you love to do.
It's my goal.
Yeah, but my goal is like it's always been like it's like you mentioned like 200K in the next few years. My thing is I want to hit 1 million before I'm 30.
Yeah.
That's just like I don't have the same. I have different time from you, but I want to get to the same place.
Yeah.
Like hopefully that someday I meet you and we're both in that financial situation. We're all in that financial situation where we're not hating life. We're not going each day thinking about what am I going to do? What am I going to buy tomorrow with such little money I have? Pennies in my wallet.
Right.
I want
one thing I want to say is that I don't hate life. That's what I'm saying. I don't hate life because of the amount of money I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got $12 in my Wells Fargo account right now. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like the money for me. It's what am I doing with what little I have?
Yeah.
That brings me so much happiness. That's what really makes to come back full circle. That's what really makes me positive.
Yeah.
Because I've always had the bare minimum, and I've still been able to do so much.
I think that's really cool because you see all these other people like rich kids, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They get so much at such a young age, but they don't know how to fight for it.
Yeah.
Those kids who have the bare minimum, like you said, those kids fight for it. And when you see them fight for it and they get where they want, it's cool. You know what I mean?
It's like people always talk about the struggle, but like struggle is a matter of perspective because like Dave Chappelle says in stand-up comedian, he was talking to his dad when he was younger. He's like I want to ask for $100 to go for the field trip, and then he's like, well, I can't. We're poor. And his dad like said, no, we're not poor. Poor is a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You're low on money. You're not financially stable. You're not poor. Same thing with overweight. Yeah, you can be obese and overweight, but if you have that mindset, I'm fat, then you're fat.
Yeah.
You can if you're happy in your body, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I also advocate for health reasons. Like you this generation, I don't know why it's like people like being happy in their skin, but like love for fat people is like they're making it a norm to be obese. They're making it a norm that it's okay to be like that when it's really not. I'm trying to advocate for that, but look at me. But it's just like it's not okay to be overweight to an extent. Like if you're happy in your body, you're happy in your body.
But you just gotta be healthy about it.
Yeah, you can't like it's different if you're 500 pounds, you're on one of those little scooters driving Walmart and you're 60 and you don't know if you're gonna live the next day.
Yeah, that's wild. All I know is, hey man, it couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. But yeah, man, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it's one of those things where we live in a big country. Like with people. They need to start reconsidering. I think they need to start reconsidering. I'm not going to die on the hill for somebody to lose weight, but again, I want to be a personal trainer. So I want to help people that want to help themselves.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
man. I think that's great. Like helping people who want to help themselves. So that seems like kind of a leadership kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you?
you definitely seem like a leader. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead. No,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no. You go. You go.
I was gonna say you definitely seem like a leader. What, a leader type.
Mhm.
So, how did you get that way?
Dude, that's that.
I know it's kind of like a big question, broad.
No, not even. That came again from females. Real talk. It was I just got tired of. I was following other people's shadows,
Yeah,
and it comes down to a lot of girls literally would tell me, "Hey, be meaner, be meaner." Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what does that mean? Um,
I've heard that
and
so much.
as a nice guy, I'm like, what does that mean? Right? Because you don't know what it means. Because as a nice guy, like you be mean and you get in trouble.
yeah.
Right? So again, I started getting educated, started reading books. When I started reading leadership books, it pretty much all it means is like be direct. You know what I mean? But you got to look out for other people. You know, so it's one of the things. Is like I wanted to put other people before me, and how do I make that call? So first, to be a leader, honestly, you got to practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna follow you. Nobody's gonna respect you if you don't do the things that you're telling other people to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I was in that position before I even started calling the shots.
Mhm.
With me doing that, with me building that routine, with me developing my own self, I gained the confidence to then tell other people. So it kind of just works hand in hand. Practicing what you preach works hand in hand with being able to call the shots.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I get that. You had a question?
No, that's about to cover. You read my mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
That's
So
fine.
what do you preach then? You said you preach a lot. So
my
what's your message?
message. Dude, I got a couple messages.
Let's hear them all.
I said my message right now is I live every day like it's my last. I live every single day like it's my last. Why? Because again, when I was not to dampen the mood, but when I was 14, I came home from my sister's house, and my pops he got shot at 5 a.m. The night prior. Ended up in the hospital. He got shot 4 times, 3 times in the chest, 1 time in the arm. Luckily for him, it missed all vital arteries. He was bleeding a lot, but 10 people showed up in a similar condition as him, and only 2 people survived. One being my dad, and one being a guy who was in the military. And I remember seeing him in bed, and he was breathing through a tube. And I just remember thinking, like, dude, like life is so short.
Yeah.
Like we're so fragile. We think we're invincible, but we're so fragile. So it's one of those things where from that day on, I told myself that what did I do yesterday? Did I do everything I wanted to do the day before? So that's why again I wake up at 5:15 a.m. Right, to get everything in. You know what I mean? I can die right now, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's fine.
I can die right now, and I can honestly tell myself that I've done everything to push myself to my end goal. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at.
I think a lot of people don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel like can't speak for everyone, but like I'm the same way because like to me, death is a happy thing.
Yeah.
Not for the thing of like, wow, that sounds more. No, it's the thing of with death comes life.
Yeah.
I believe in like reincarnation and stuff like that. So if like I die right now, that gives me hope that whoever comes after me is going to be better than me.
Mhm.
It'll be better for the world, and not just be someone that's like, oh, I'm just sitting here doing nothing in my life, and I'm just going day by day, getting more depressed.
But here's the thing, okay? So you believe in reincarnation?
Yeah.
Why don't you like reincarnate yourself? I'm not saying kill yourself.
No.
No. I mean, instead of being that person you don't like,
Yeah.
start being that person that you think you would like
Oh yeah.
to be next to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Start trying to push to be that person.
Yeah. No. I get that. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's like the thing is like.
It's hard.
I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. That's all that's going to come out of my mouth afterwards.
Mhm.
It's just, at the end of the day, it just falls back on me.
Yeah.
I can take the step right now, but I'm not. I'm lazy. I'm not hungry enough to do it.
Mhm.
I'm not in that moment where I want to do right now. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I blah 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 and make excuses. That's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. All of them, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get to that point. It's stupid.
I
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say regarding death before you transition is that I've always saw death just as a deadline.
Yeah.
Especially after my dad was shot, I just saw death as a deadline, and I told myself I'm not going to live past 40. So what am I going to do before 40 years old to set myself up? I still think that now. Like if I don't live past 45, I do everything I want to do. And me thinking that I'm going to die at 45 is the reason why I grind so hard every day. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
yeah.
if I died tomorrow, I'd be so upset on what I didn't do. You know what I mean? There's still so much in my life that I haven't done,
Right.
but I am getting to the point where I am getting to the person I want to be. It's been long. And I still got a lot more to go,
Yeah.
but I'm still putting in that effort to be who I want to be. I'm putting in that work every single day to try and push harder every single day. I'm pushing myself to just be who I want to be because I did not like coming here who I was. I did not like it all. I just sat home. I did nothing. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't even go outside. You know what I mean? So when I came here, I was like, I want to talk to people. I want to start opening up more. I want to be an extrovert. You know what I mean? That's kind of this whole thing too is like talking to new people.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just trying to get out of my comfort zone, trying to grow as a person, that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, that's just um, the whole death thing. It's yeah, I see it as the deadline. You know, I'm terrified of it, but also at the same time, when it comes, I hope I'm ready.
Right.
So I'm gonna push myself until I'm good. You know what I mean?
One thing I want to say to that is I stopped fearing death when I started living.
Yeah.
Like real talk. I feel like the most people, more people fear death because they haven't lived the life they wanted to live.
Yeah.
And they think that, I think that they think like, oh, I'm running out of time. But yeah, I think once you really start living the life you want to live, death, it really isn't that scary.
Well, see, I'm just getting started with the
Yeah.
life I want to live. I still got so much more that I got.
Yeah.
So for me, I am scared of death. What if I don't get to that, what I want, kind of thing? You know what I mean?
I mean, however you see it, it's just like you have that. It's like your depiction of death goes by your mindset. I feel like mine is a happy thing because fundamentally, as humans, whatever you believe in, whoever put us on this earth, or if we evolved, at the end of the day, the only thing we're supposed to do is born, fuck, die. That's it's literally we're just born, make kids, create this world, and die. That's why the venture in between is the moments we cherish, the moments we live. Some people can't have those moments because of mental health reasons. They don't get attached like that, and they don't have these happy moments in life, and they end up dying. And they're like, well, they died miserable because they haven't experienced these certain things because they're in a bubble, and that's due to I don't know, like maybe when you're younger, you don't experience love the same way as you see your parents. You can see your parents divorce or someone dies, and you can't get attached like that anymore because you're afraid of them dying.
Yeah.
You're afraid of going out there. You're afraid of getting shot if you live in a bad neighborhood. It's just life's a shitty thing. It's just the venture you make it, man.
I think one thing I want to say is that I tell all people is that what do you want to be remembered for before you pass? You know, I just have this fear. Okay, this is gonna sound a little. I'm not okay. I'm not super religious, but I do believe there's a higher power, right? I've had this dream, this recurring dream, that when I die, I walk with God, whoever that may be, and me and him are having a conversation. And the entire conversation, he's telling me about all the things he's proud of that I did. But most importantly, he's telling me about the people that I impacted, right? After we've done having the conversation about my life, he brings me to a wall, two walls. And on the right side is all the names of the people that I inspired or impacted in my life. And on the left side, all the people I didn't get to inspire. And it would kill me if the wall on the left side had more people than the right side. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, that's how I see it. It's like, did I do everything that I could to drop that seed on somebody else?
Oh, I feel that.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Yeah, that's just.
So, do you want to talk about what you want to be remembered for? Or we don't have to if it's too deep here.
No, it's fine. Like I just all I want to accomplish in life is just my goal. I don't really have anything I want to be remembered for now. I can't think of it. I don't want to sit here and waste people's time, but my goal in life right now is just get a place where I'm happy, where I get financially stable, so I don't have to. If I do have kids, I'm probably not do for a while because I don't want to have my kids grow up the same way where you go weeks like you have to scrunch by. You eat pasta every night. You eat cold green beans. You eat raviolis in the morning. You eat the shitty scrambled eggs that you cook, but your mom doesn't know how to cook, so they're like burnt halfway.
Maybe like that.
It's like no, it's like I want my kids to be happy. I want my kids to grow up where they're not hungry at night. I want my kids to grow up in an environment where they don't have to see fighting, they don't have to see abuse, they don't have to see a divorce.
Yeah.
They have a good household, so I can make my kids better than I was. Because the ultimate thing is where you have kids and how you take it. Some people like give their kids away. Me, I want my kids to be better than me, and then I want their kids to be better than them.
Mm.
So it's like I have a lineage I can look after them. If I ever do reincarnate or something like that,
Yeah.
I just want something I can be proud of in life.
Or,
Yeah, no, I got you.
yeah.
Got you. Understand. I get that.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to go?
Yeah, you can go, man.
What were we talking about?
What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh, I want to be remembered for helping people. Like I really, and
Yeah.
my work ethic. Work ethic. I want to be known that I push really hard for
Right.
shit to be done. You know what I mean? I want to be known that I work. That when I wake up in the morning, I put 110% into my day. That's what I want to be remembered for. I want to be remembered that I tried my hardest no matter what I did, what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
I want my family to be good. Like you said, I want my kids to be better than I was because my parents wanted me to be better than they were, and that's kind of why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they want me to be better than they were, and I want my kids to be better than I was, and just a cycle.
Yeah, 'cause no one wants to see their kid do the same dumb mistakes they did.
Yeah.
Like, we like whenever we're parents, you tell them like, hey, don't do this.
Mhm.
Some people just let their kids do those dumb mistakes that they learn from. Easy way to do it, but like some parents like, don't do this, don't smoke marijuana, and they're like, fuck you, mom, I'll smoke what I want, or don't drink your dad's Jack Hennessy, don't drink this Hennessy bottle, and they're like, I'll do what I want,
Yeah.
and then chug it, like record it on Snapchat or something.
Yeah.
And like the stupid stuff we do, it helps us learn. But like you fundamentally, you tell someone no, they're going to incline to do it more because that's just who we are. We you can't hold us because we're rebellious. That's why mainly why I came here. I left my shitty household. I left my mom. I left all that because I don't want to be near them. I want to create a relationship with other people and not just be known for, oh, that's a kid with a shitty household. That's a kid where his mom's a crazy asshole, or his stepdad does this with his mom. It's like I want to be known for something else. I want to be proud of what I do, and not just be sitting in a room playing Rainbow Six Siege till 4 o'clock in the morning crying.
That happens a lot. I feel that. What I want to be remembered for, I wanted to be the first one in my family to change generational wealth. I told myself I'm going to be the first Clark millionaire. My grandma had like 9 kids, and it's one of those things where most of them either made a decent living or they, unfortunately went left. So it's one of those things where I said, you know what, I want to be the first one. First, I wanted to be the first one to go to college didn't work. So I was like, what else can I do? So yeah, it started off with that. But my goal is to really change people. Not change people like forcibly, but like people who, again, want to change their lives. I want to be the person that they walk with when they take that journey. You know what I mean? I want to be the person that really when it comes down to it, they say, dude, like when I was down and out in the trenches, like nobody else was there for me except you. And they saw like one of my videos, or they listened to read my book, and I happened to impact them from millions of miles away, didn't even meet them, and they said I changed their lives. So that's a big thing for me. And yeah, man, I'm just working towards it every day.
You ever have aspiration to do those books, but do how you said you want to be talk to people and you want to be I forgot, I'm bad at words, sorry.
Okay.
Well, have you ever thought about being an influencer online? So you can do this online instead of in person.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to him about this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, my boy Mason over here talked to me about it before, and it's something I'm working towards because I think the one thing that's holding me back is I want to have the credibility.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the degree, the research done, the knowledge in, so like people aren't second guessing.
Yeah.
If because anybody could be a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Like literally anybody could be a life coach on YouTube. But the people who stick around the longest are the people who have done work and studied, done the research. Actually have clients, real life examples, and I just want to build more of those.
I feel that.
I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have those aspirations. I feel like everyone in this generation has been pointing as a kid where they're trying to make their YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded in that shitty 480p, point at the TV playing Minecraft or playing Call of Duty.
Even what we're doing.
Yeah, no, it's everyone wants to do this, but no, it's not. It's not made for everyone though.
Right.
Some people get to that point and they just crumble under the pressure because they people they just go out and they're like, oh, I know you, and they want to get autographs and take pictures of them, and it's some people are not meant for that. Some people want to be more of a background. If everyone's like, yeah, it's so cool to be famous until you literally can't go outside and you can't live a rural place because everyone knows you are and interrupt your day.
That's why if I were to do big YouTuber kind of thing, I'd want to be anonymous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no face, no nothing like that.
Yeah.
There's people who can do it.
You should be Swagger Soul. It's just like
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's people who can do it. It's just
just wear like just I would wear the banana suit. You wear like the skull mask, and you just it's just a podcast just sitting there.
Banana suit.
No, it's like that's what my first thought was. It's like if we have a camera, I would just be sitting here with a banana suit, acting all calm and like serious, and then just asking conversation, and then everyone would be like, "Why the fuck are you wearing a banana suit, being so serious?"
no. See, I would do camera, and I would be comfortable with it, and have my name on something. It's just yeah, I definitely would. Like
Yeah.
if we wanted to turn this into videos, I definitely would. You know what I mean? It's just
I mean, right now this is just a
it's Scuffed podcast.
yeah. It's an excuse to talk to people and have something upload online so people can have that experience. Like what we talked about earlier, bringing the culture here. This is a way to bring the culture here. We have these stories. We have all these experiences. We talk to people. That's why we don't want to interview most people here. Because if we got all the perspective from the matter of life, because people are all around from the country,
Yeah.
we get a perspective from like people that are older, younger, all this.
And everybody has their perspectives different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So it's kind of cool to see that. You know what I mean? And these people get to come along for the ride.
yeah.
Which is sick. I'm all out of questions. I don't know about
I've
you.
been all that question for 30 minutes. I've just been going with it.
You got any questions for us? You got anything you want to say?
No, not really.
You have anything you want to promote?
One thing I want to promote for this generation: read more books, get educated, try
Okay.
things. Get out of your bubble. Get out of your bubble. Dreams die in the comfort zone, like hard body.
Always be uncomfortable.
Yes, dreams die in the comfort zone. Stay uncomfortable. And one thing is dreams, right? They're just ideas, right? If they don't become tangible, then that's all they can be, just dreams. So if you have something, act on it. Really see if you like it. Just discover yourself this year, man. Because 2020, man, put a lot of people in the gutter. So it's one of those things that's like, now is the time to make that big change.
Let's make 2020 better.
Don't please don't wait till 2022.
Did I say 2021? Or did I say 2020?
No, I didn't hear what you said, but
You said 20. I think you said like 2024, but it's fine. You're talking about 2021.
I meant 2021. Let's make 2021 better than
yeah.
2020.
Yeah, because like how you said, live each day like your last.
Yeah.
You're gonna succeed more in life. You're not gonna be like, well, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do next week. No, worry about what you're gonna do today. Don't worry about the future.
I
go day by day.
Future. I plan future far.
I used to, but then you start getting stressed. You're like, oh, I want to.
Well, I'm constantly stressed, but that's what keeps pushing me forward. Is that I need to get those goals.
Well, what I would say to that is start dividing the year into 3 months.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
Yeah,
where do I want to be in 3 months? Okay,
well, I hope to be done with my welding by May.
Right.
Okay.
3 months, boom. After I finish that, what am I doing the next quarter? What am I doing for the next quarter? That's just how you gotta look at it.
Yeah.
Break it down. I have a yearly goal, and then I have
your monthly
quarterly goals. Yes.
I get that. I like that.
So end this off on a good note because we got we're doing good, and then we got the deaths and depressing stuff. What are some do you have any interesting stories you have from this campus you want to let people know about the culture here?
I thought we were out of questions. Let's go.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think the best thing about this campus is there's a lot of hidden potential here.
Yeah.
And again, not to toot my own horn, I'm glad that I'm the guy to set the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm the guy that people are coming up to and say, dude, I look up to. I've had multiple students say that to me. I'm glad I'm the guy who, dude, how do you do it? I think that's the best compliment I get is, dude, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you're so happy all the time.
I think I said that to you too.
Yeah.
I asked how you've been so happy all the time. You know even one of these questions, how you stay positive all the time.
Yeah, that staff, it's because for me, I worked so hard to get there.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things is that for me, it's bigger than me. And that it'll always be bigger than me. So one thing I would tell other people is that, dude, just fucking do it, man. Honestly, whatever you want to do, just do it. Stop thinking. I got really good at this confidence thing, this positivity thing, when I stopped comparing myself to other people. You can have a twin and you still won't be the same. So stop trying to be like everybody else.
I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, stories wise, nothing really that interesting to be honest with you. Just a lot of I've seen a lot of change on the campus between the students, and I want to see more.
Do you mean like in a good way change or like in a bad way?
Absolutely, absolutely, good way. Before I think it was just I think I was making an impact, but there were so many students who were still stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
But I think now that the campus has kind of like slimmed up, I think I stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah. When I
Oh, yeah.
So
Before you even got back, I think I
Yeah.
told you this. People were like, "Oh, yo, Muhammad, he wakes up at like." Honestly, I called you insane before you even came back. They're like, he runs at 5:30 in the morning. I was like, any man that runs at 5:30 in the morning, I don't trust him. They're not. They're not. They're not. Literally, they're not there. They're insane.
You become like an enigma here. Because, like,
Yeah.
it's like, even before you got back, even like when I first got here, it was like a thing of, oh, what's all happened? Who's come back next? They're like, Muhammad Clark. And I'm like, and they're like, yes, he's going to do so much. He's going to become president. He's going to do all this. He's going to do all that. I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, it sounds good, but like, why do you speak for this man? Well, why, like, yeah, like we all have our goals and everything, but like, why would we speak for you and say you're all these great things? I've been first impression, like, like over there. You know how it was. I'm not going to say any names, but like, even before you got here, he was like, he's my leader.
Mhm.
And he already had that decision in his head.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, you haven't met the guy. You should know from personal recognition.
Yeah, for me that was kind of weird. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
Like,
word of mouth is so strong, right?
yeah, it's one of those things that it goes back to what that's what branding is.
Yeah.
That's what branding is.
Yeah.
It's not what people say when you're right in front of them. It's what people say when you're not there.
Yeah.
Right? Your whole reputation is based on when this guy leaves, what do we get from him? What's the energy we feel from him when he's not there? And again, man, the impression is so important. Man. How do you want to be perceived?
Yeah.
I want to be perceived as somebody who do great things. I want to be perceived as somebody who inspires people. That's my goal, man. My goal by the end of the year is to inspire 100 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a wave. So I'm going to continue to do it. I'm not stopping, man.
That's good.
So,
Glad you're not stopping.
yeah,
We need more positive people like you.
Yeah, facts.
and I'm just trying to duplicate. Like, you know, that's all I'm trying to do. If I can be positive, I'm trying to show other people how to do it too.
No, that's understandable.
Glad that. Glad that we have that.
Yeah.
Especially here. I think a lot of people lack that positivity in their life, and so it kind of puts them down a negative path.
Yeah.
Maybe. Unfortunately, that can lead to drugs, alcohol, that kind of stuff. And maybe eventually you or someone, maybe they'll find someone positive. Maybe even this podcast might help them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Find that positive person.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, social media. Do you want yours out? You can plug it if you want.
Yeah, you can follow me. I really only have one thing right now that's planned to change in the next year or so, but you can follow me at Getem Muhammad, GETEM Muhammad, MUHAMMAD, Getem Muhammad. I post poetry on there. I post motivational videos on there. I'm always posting stuff about me in the gym on my story. I run with some guys in the morning. I think that group is going to grow even further.
Oh yeah, 100%.
When we first started, it was just me. When we first, a couple months, we had 2, then we had 3, now we have 4. So I plan for that to multiply.
So where
just
do we
follow
find
the journey. What's up?
Where can we find you on?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Getem Muhammad.
Like I said, you didn't have to plug it if you didn't want to. It's
No.
just, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
People want that positive outlook to look on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that maybe they can find it in your stuff.
You have anything you want to plug?
Oh no, I'm good. No,
Okay.
I got a long journey before I'm ready to start.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm starting to act more positive on my Instagram and stuff like that, but for right now, I'm just like, if you want to plug the shit.
No, I'm not gonna cap. I don't got a positive. I just post like me doing dumb shit. Like it's just if you want to follow me, the only lunch tray, THEONLY lunch LUNCHTREY. That's all.
Where's that on?
Instagram.
Okay.
That's
Instagram?
all. That's just like me just posting pictures, just stupid captions.
Some
White.
memes.
That's yeah.
Basically just memes, right? Some enjoyment. So, anyone else got anything else to say? Or?
No.
I just want to say that this was a dope experience.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's an interesting experience. I think for me, I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely weird for me.
No,
Interesting.
like this is the first short episode too, because it's like
The other one was kind of shit.
I'm not counting. It was just like 5 minutes of us like talking, and then it was like, oh, okay, I basically just ran out of questions. I'm like, what can I do the dumbest thing possible to make this kind of entertaining? And it's just me like unfiltered saying the dumbest things. I cannot be professional.
Right. But again, I just want to say like
Yeah.
More people on this, you know what I mean? Keep going. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It can only get better.
Yeah. No,
I'm just privileged to be the first. So
Yeah.
I appreciate
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
on that note, this is going to be the end of the Scuffed podcast. Or
Yeah.
what's it called? The Scuffed cast. There we
Yeah.
go. Scuffed cast. I forgot the old name for a second. So I hope you guys are having like a nice day. Hope you guys listened and hope you guys got some new information out of it. You know,
Yeah.
some new perspectives. Look up Muhammad if you know what I mean, and just keep going, guys. You got this.